Hello YouTube, this is Wrenchant. I have another new project that I'm going to be starting work on. At this point, I am recording this intro about halfway, well not halfway. I've already started the process of making this project prior to starting this intro, because the day that I started, I thought about making the intro first, I like doing everything linearly, everything in consecutive order. And I looked outside, saw how much daylight I had left, and realized, yeah, I just need to start on the project, or I might not get the chance to get as much work done. This will be the only section of this video that is out of order. The rest of it should all be linear, should all be consecutive. The project is a 2002 Kawasaki Ninja 250R. I can do a more in-depth, telling of the story about how I got it at a later date. It's not that interesting of a story. It's not a very long one either. Long story short, I was at a friend's house and I found it in his backyard. And it belonged to his cousin. I asked his cousin if I could have it. He said, yeah. So I got a free Ninja 250 roller. It had no engine, no harness. It had all the fairings, with the exception of the front fender, had like the right handlebar on it, which you will see in the rest of the video. But no engine, no exhaust. But this isn't going to be like the videos I've been trying to do recently, where I've been doing commentary throughout the videos. I don't have the wittiest or cleverest banter, dialogue to make things humorous, make things more interesting. So for this, that's why I'm doing this intro, to get as much exposition I can get done out of the way, so that the rest of the video I can just do it and you guys can just watch. Plus, this has given me a chance, getting started with the project and then doing this exposition section has given me a chance to figure out how I want to, what process I want to do with the build, because I don't have a garage or somewhere to build this bike. I have my little motorcycle cover, but that's kind of subject to what time of day it is, whether or not it's raining. If it's night, if it's raining, if there's a bunch of mosquitoes out, I can't do any work on my bike, or my cars for that matter. The frame's already painted. I actually decided, I have this back room kind of empty right now. I'm going to assemble what I can indoors. So I'm going to get the swing arm and this is the rear suspension back on the bike, possibly do the front suspension as well. I have a bin of parts that I bought, not from my friend's cousin, but somebody else. I found it on Marketplace. The guy just had a bin full of parts taken from, I think it was an 06 Ninja, and it came with an engine. So I got an engine and a bin of parts, and between those and what I got from my friend and his cousin, I should have about 80% of a complete bike. I've had to order some stuff off eBay, so I've got some extra parts coming from eBay. And I'm not doing anything crazy with this. Like, this isn't gonna be like, oh, super stretched turbo Ninja 250. No, I'm just doing OEM. Anything that is like, if anything pops up in like the forums where it's like, this is like, this OEM feature or this OEM part is horrible, get rid of it, that I will change, that I will upgrade. But I'm gonna just rebuild it to be OEM specs, just because it's going to be the cheapest way. This fairing, some of the tabs that connect it to the frame are cracked, so there will have to be some body repair. But the overall build will, I started with the frame. I stripped the frame down, stripped all the parts off of it, scuffed it up, sanded most of the rust off, painted it. Now that the frame is, painted and complete, now I'm going to start cleaning stuff up, repairing stuff, and adding it to the frame and building it up from the frame up. Again, indoors, I'm going to get the rear suspension on, get the wiring harness on, depending upon when my front suspension and other parts get here, I'll do that. And then when it comes time to get the engine, possibly the tank done, then it'll move outside and go back into the cover. But at that point, it'll be able to stand on its own again. Right now, it's just the frame. The triple tree that I have connected to the head tube is the old stuff. The forks that came on it are not for the Ninja. I don't know what the guy said they were, but the front forks and the front wheel are not for the bike, although I am tempted to put them back on just so I can set the frame up, because if I at least have the center stand and the front wheel, I can stand the bike up and put the engine in and everything else. This wasn't supposed to originally be a YouTube video. My other bike was definitely not a YouTube video. That was for my enjoyment. I bought a bike and built it up because I wanted to ride it. That wasn't a YouTube project. This wasn't going to be either. That's also why I'm doing this intro part, so that I don't have to, talk to the camera while I'm working. I can just set the camera up and work on the bike, because I'm not building this. This isn't going to be some build, for content. I mean, I'm using this as content, to further my channel, but the project itself is so that I can ride the bike, because my other bike is a Grom clone and it doesn't do highway speeds that well. So I wanted something where I could keep up with traffic, so I can be more involved with the motorcycle club that I'm a part of. I wanted a streetable, an actual motorcycle, and not, a small, and not a mini motor, not a mini bike. I want an actual motorcycle. But finding, I don't have the best budget, and finding a titled running bike for less than $1,000 is nigh on impossible these days. So unless you're buying something that is technically running but missing a bunch of parts that the previous owner doesn't feel like putting on it. So yeah, this project is because I wanted to do it. This was for my enjoyment, but I figured you guys would enjoy coming along for the ride as I build this bike, fix it up, restore it. Not necessarily to mint condition, but to close to it, as close as I can get it on what little budget I have with the primitive tools that I have. One more thing, I'm probably not going to be filming like any cleaning of parts, any prepping. Most of my videos end up being like 2-3 hours long, and I have to edit it down to less than 30-40 minutes. This intro is already running 11 minutes right now, which is way longer than I wanted it to be, but so no prep work is going to be shown in the video. If I paint something, you'll see that process, but any prep work, any cleaning, I'm not going to show that, because you can see that on any other channel. And this isn't the video that's going to blow up my channel. This is just, I thought this was fun. I thought you guys would like to see it too. So I'm going to try and keep it to just the stuff that's specific to this project. But yeah, I'm going to build a bike. You can come along for the ride if you want. Let's see if we can get her riding.